Guys, how are you? So for today, we are gonna have a new experience talking about a present perfect and some words that are very closely related with time. Okay, some of them are mostly used for present perfect, and maybe one of the particles that we are gonna be talking today maybe are or is a little bit more related to past simple. Alright guys, so let's get started. So today we are gonna talk about four since and ago. And every time that you talk about these words, all the time you are gonna think that we are being asked or maybe we are gonna ask about time. Period of time. So guys, let's get started. Alright, so the idea is when I gotta use for, since, or ago. Alright guys, let's get it. Basically, we say ago, and there is a little bit more related with past simple. Past simple. So if someone maybe asks you, when was the last time you were at your mother's house? Alright, so maybe something that you possibly can answer is 2 days ago. If someone say, when was the last time you went to the movies? You can say that was like 2 weeks ago. Okay, so ago talks about the past, something that you did in the past. For example, if someone say, when did you last see Joe? When did you last see Joe? How? That was like a month ago. Okay, a month ago is gonna give the people is gonna give people the idea that happened in the past. So ago is more for that. All right. So when we're gonna say since, obviously when we tag a specific point on time. For example, when was the last time you ate a burger? And you say, my gosh, man, that was last time ago. Since since my gosh, that was long time ago. When you say since, it's because it's a specific time. For example, when was the last time you ate a burger? And you say since I was at school. What? Yes, okay, I was very fat and I decided, okay, to lose weight, and I definitely never eat fast food, okay, like burgers. Maybe that's gonna sound like stream, you know, since I was at school. That was long time ago. Okay, it's for example too much to say, okay, it's gonna be said by someone like me. I say since, bear that in mind. Four is when was the last time you went to the gym? Or no, let's change it. Uh, uh, have you seen Michael these days? What? Have you seen Michael these days? You say, you know what? To be honest, I haven't seen him for ages. Four is because you are gonna talk in isolation. For example, I have been working in this business for 5 days. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you count then in an isolated way. Okay, so don't forget it. So it's actually when we talk about this and now, okay, just let's pay a little bit more attention. Maybe we are gonna get more ideas. Okay, so when you said in English, this one, guys, is obviously as I explained. Ago is more used with past simple. But when you said in English, how long have you? Okay, that is more present perfect and is more related with the words for and since. For example, let's compare. When did you begin learning English? You can say like 2 months ago, or a year ago, or 2 years ago. It depends on the time. Another is when did you start going to school? If someone say when did you start going to school, you say, for example, like what? Like 5 or 10 or 8 or 11 or 7 years ago. That is depend on the grade you are at school. Next one is, when did you take up archery? I mean, practicing the sport. Okay, you say like 4 years ago. If you pay attention, ago is gonna be more common, especially if we relate it with past simple events. You know? What about present perfect? How long have you been learning English? You say since January, since November, if you wanna use since, or you can say for, you know, how long have you been learning English for? 10 months. That is depend on, obviously, okay, the one that you decide to say. Okay? For example, how long have you been going to school? You're gonna answer like for 9 years. Or you can say since I have been living in Armenia. Okay? Maybe. Very good. Okay, don't forget this one. How long have you been doing archery? Okay, so I mean, how long time? How long ago? How long? What's the time here involved, guys? Alright, so how long have you been doing archery? You can say, since the teacher announced that in classes. Or for 6 months. Obviously, guys, we are talking about time. Let's pay attention with the word ago. When was Victor at home? What? When was Victor at home? An hour ago. An hour ago. For example, when did you go to see the movie? 3 days ago. Can you see? How long, not how long, let's ask something different. For example, when did you start studying French? What? When did you start studying French? You can answer like 6 months ago. For example, another. How long have you been living in Armenia? Many years ago. Many years ago, when I came to this city, for example, many years ago. Okay? Or you can say a long time ago. A long time ago is so long time that maybe you don't remember. Can you see, guys? And when did the class start? 5 minutes ago. We are in it. Okay, guys? So please don't forget, okay, specifically when we use these ones is actually because, look, since is more specific point in time. For example, look, this is the past. This is the present, is 11, for example. I have been studying since 9 a.m. So when you have a specific point of time, alright, so you say since. So she has been a teacher since 2015. You have a specific time in the past. You say Ali, your teacher, has lived in London since April. Okay, a specific month. You say for, and that for is no specific point of time. For is more related with duration of time. For example, look at the time, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11 is noun. Pay attention. I have been studying for 3 hours. I mean, the guy started at 9 o'clock, you know, and right now is, for example, 12. Or for example, he started at 8 because it's 3 hours. I've been studying for 3 hours. Okay, he's counting the time. She will be in the office for 2 hours. That is the period of time she's gonna stay in the office. For 2 hours. Or he has lived in London for 3 months. If you pay attention, guys, here, easily you can infer, okay, what is the idea every time that you use since and for. Alright, bear that in mind. Next, when we say for and since, if you pay attention carefully here, guys, obviously you say since when we have a starting point in the past. For example, since 2012. You know? We say for when it's duration of time, for 4 years. Okay? That's correct. So if someone asks you, I have been living in Japan since 2012, it's because you have the specific time. When you say I have been living in Japan for 4 years, it's because you are talking about the duration of time, the time that you've been in Japan. When you say for, you are talking about period of time, but it's like counting, okay, the ideas. For example, numbers or time word. When we measure the duration of something and how long this or it lasts, it has a start point and an end point and can be used in different tenses. For example, I studied English in Ireland for 2 years. So for 2 years is period of time. Obviously, I have a number. The number is 2. 2. And what is the time word? Years. Okay, so you're gonna have 2 things every time that you say for. For example, I will be there for around 2 months. So you say for. 4 is a period of time. Okay, you say a number. A number is around 2. 2. And the word is month. So I will be there for around 2 months. You're talking about the period of time that maybe you're gonna stay somewhere. We have been married for 14 years. Pay attention. Present perfect, have been. For, can you see? Period of time. Number, 14, and the time word years. You say for. You know, for period of time for 10 minutes, for 8 hours, for 5 days, for 6 months, for 3 years, for 2 centuries. Okay, it's kinda similar but not the same when we say since, but since got a little bit, or is a little bit different. It's because we have exactly an starting point that usually is a time or a date when something started in the past, a specific time in the past, and continues obviously until now. Since is mostly used in the present perfect and present perfect progressive tense. What do you mean, teacher? Okay, pay me careful attention. What do I mean? So, for example, if you say he hasn't eaten since 7 o'clock, it's because since this time, this guy or this girl hasn't eaten anything. So maybe by now, he or she should be hungry. Next one is I have been working here since June. Since June is exactly the month. The month that I started working. So I have been working here since June. The idea is for several months maybe. And finally, we have been married since 2002. Okay, so this is the year when we finally decide to get married. Okay, so right now you have a specific time. In the same way, guys, you say since 8 o'clock. I haven't seen her since 8 o'clock. I haven't gone to work since Monday. Okay, I haven't known anything about Peter since February. Okay, or I have been working in this factory since 1982. Okay, or I haven't visited my friends or talked to my friends since I left school. And finally, since the end of last century. Okay, to talk about a period of time. Guys, don't forget. So we are talking about for and since. If you see, if you pay attention right now, guys, so the idea is very, very easy. It's not so complicated. So next time that someone tells you, okay, about this, you already know what to answer. Since and for and since, more related to present perfect, and ago, more use, okay, especially to describe past events. Alright, guys, so the idea is, if you pay attention, it's not that difficult. The idea is just to practice, okay? Um, 2 days ago, I visited the museum. 4. I have been teaching English for 15 years. Since. I haven't seen Margarita since 7 o'clock. Alright? So please don't forget. Since. 4. Teacher. What do you mean? Okay? That is good. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. All the ideas. 4. Since and ago. Guys, take care, and I expect this video to have been incredibly useful for all of you. Take care and see ya next time. Bye bye.